Good evening and welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports on location. Tonight we are broadcasting from the campus of Benilde-St. Margaret's, and we're bringing you a home volleyball match for the volleyball team for Benilde-St. Margaret's. They are hosting the Waconia Wildcats in this inter-conference matchup. Coming into the match, the Waconia Wildcats have 2 wins, and the Red Knights have 1 win. Both teams undefeated, although it is early in the season. I look for a very competitive match tonight between Waconia and Benilde. Benilde last year, the conference champions in the Metro West, and Waconia always a great athletic town, visiting all the way from out west in Carver County. And it's 7 o'clock, and we're about to begin here. Starting for your Red Knights are as follows: Aaron Beacon, number 2, Maisie Jackson, number 3, Haley Hewitson, number 5, Alexis Brixius, number 9, Sarah Luong, whose father is the coach, Patience Williams, number 11, and Sophie Dobos, number 30. Benilde coming off a great year last year. They went far in the playoffs, and we're underway here. And that's a spike by number 9, Alexis Brixius, and first point goes to Benilde. Up quickly here, 1-0 on Waconia. So service will go to number 3. Nope, number 10 has it. That's Sarah Luong. She's a junior. Up 1-0 here early on here against Waconia. Second match for Benilde all year. Nice set there, spike saved by Benilde. There's Luong, the set. Spike by number 33, that's Allie Brooks, a senior. Ball still alive, saved by Luong. Now Maisie Jackson, spike from the back row, ball caught at the net. Saved nicely there by Allie Brooks. Now a spike from the first row by number 9, Alexis Brixius, and the ball drops in the soft part of the zone against Waconia, and that's a point. Here's the replay. Blocked at the front there, nicely done by Waconia. And then the ball just got over that first row in the soft part of the zone. 2-0 Benilde, Luong to serve. Ball goes deep, may have gone out of bounds. Waconia doesn't quite save it. So now 3-0 Benilde, off to an excellent start here, their second match of the year. They beat Minneapolis-Washburn last night. They swept them 3-0, so they're coming off a nice win just last night. Not a lot of rest, though. Nice save there by Waconia's number 9. And ball out of bounds to Benilde, so now 4-0 early on. So Benilde off to an excellent start at home. Excellent crowd here on half of the gym. Stands are pretty full. Lots of energy here tonight, as it should be. Volleyball is an exciting game. Here we go, Luong with the serve, up 4-0. There's the bump, the set, spike on the left-handed there, attempted by number 14 for Waconia. That was Emma Carver, a senior, with the left hand, and just couldn't quite get it over the net there. So now 5-0 here, and back to serve Sarah Luong, the junior, going for her 5th point. There's the bump, the set, the spike, and the set wasn't done very well by Waconia, and right at the net was number 33, Allie Brooks, to take advantage of the poor set by Waconia. That set was way too much towards the net. Really didn't leave the spiker any chance to do anything with that ball. Okay, Luong with the set, and the dink by number 9 was Alexis Brixius. Here comes Waconia, big spike by number 10, Kai Wolf, and she bumps it again. Here's the set, the spike by the left hand, and she took a little bit off of it. That's Emma Carver, number 14. Here it is. There's the set, and it goes back, and she just took a little bit off of it and just found that soft spot in the middle of the zone there. But nevertheless, 5-2, excellent start for the Red Knights. Now back to serve for Waconia, number 10, Kylie Wolf, a junior, and her serve is out of bounds, long. So a lot of energy here early in the season. Waconia very competitive. They come in 2-0, and they're playing a conference champs in Benilde. There's the serve, spike, and it's down. Number 7 with the spike for Waconia. That's Haley Notch. a senior mid-hitter, and she comes out. And service now to Waconia, back to serve, number 12 for the Wildcats. I don't have a number on her, unfortunately. So we don't know her name, but it's 6-4. She's successful, and number 12 is going to serve again. We'll see if we can get a name for her. Her serve, back to the back row. There's Luong with the set, the quick spike, diving, and Waconia saves it. There's the bump. Another bump for a spike by Maisie Jackson. Caught in the back row by Wolf. And we got a net violation. Point goes to Benilde. And here's the replay right off the net there. And a net violation by Waconia. So now back to serve for Benilde. Number 2, that's Erin Beacon, the senior, up 7-4. Spike, big spike back there by Kylie Wolf. She is a dominant player for Waconia. She's taken the last 3 spikes, so they're gonna rely on her, but she's gonna need to be a lot more accurate on those spikes, but she definitely is dangerous if you're a Benilde fan. Okay, back to serve, Erin Beacon. Wolf with the set, and Joy, she set it up perfectly for Maisie Jackson. That set, that bump got away from her, and yeah, she didn't want to go that far, and there was Maisie Jackson right there at the net, and she knew exactly what to do with it. 9-4, and we have a timeout here taken by Waconia, and not a bad timeout to be taken by their coach, Katie Keogh. Down 9-4, it's a 1-minute timeout, and that will give us time here to look at the future schedule for Benilde. This is just their second game. Again, they won their opener last night on the road at Minneapolis-Washburn, and now they're taking on Waconia for their second match. Waconia is 2-0, but after tonight, they go to Minneapolis Southwest the day after Labor Day on September 4th. Then they have a couple home games next week, back-to-back, Thursday, September 6th, Bloomington Jefferson, and then coming out from the country, Russell Tyler Ruthven. Actually, that's going to be out there at the Southwest Minnesota Challenge, so that's going to be a tournament out there. And then they host Cretin-Durham Hall on Tuesday, September 11th. That looks like a good matchup. Okay, back underway after the timeout. 9-4, still serving is number 2, Erin Beacom. Trying to add to their lead here. Again, they got first one to 25 that wins by 2, wins the first game. Best of 5 wins the match. There's Luong. Nice bump there by Brixius. The spike attempt by Brooks is blocked nicely there by Waconia. And they get the point to make it 9-5, and now back to serve. Coming into the match as a substitute, number 3, Jada Lenz, a senior, to serve for Waconia, down 4, first game. To the back row, Brixius, the set, the bump, and the big spike, and that is out. Number 11, Patience Williams, 6 feet tall junior, and her ball is just wide of the line. So she's got to tighten that up just a little bit, and that's served by number 3 for Waconia, Jada Lenz. Goes wide right, so out of bounds, so point to Benilde, and they gain the service, and it's 10-6 here. All right, grabbing the ball there is number 33, that's Allie Brooks, the senior. 4-point lead as she serves. She does not jump. There's the set, and the spike attempt there by number 10 again, Callie Wolf. She seems to be getting the majority of the spike attempts, so they're going to try to direct everything to her. And on that one, she took a little something off of it, so she's got good vision of the court, and she found that soft spot. And there's a nice serve there by number 9 for Waconia, Ellie Daman. She's a junior, and now she draws Waconia to within 2 here. So Waconia not going away despite their deficit, but oh, that serve goes right into the net. Mental error there by Waconia. So now 11-8 Waconia, or Benilde, and back to serve the senior Maisie Jackson, number 3. She bounces the ball, and that's a jump serve. Gets to the middle row, hit by Wolf. There's the set, and the dink, handled by Benilde. Luong with the set, spiked by Brixius. And a net violation on Waconia gives the point to Benilde. 12-8, Maisie Jackson back to serve once again. She likes to bounce the ball, couple step and a hop, and the jump serve to the back row, handled by Waconia. Wolf with the spike, and that ball does find, was it out or in? I couldn't tell by the call. Yes, it looked in. Nice shot there by Wolf. So she scores a point, draws Waconia within 3. The serve goes back to Waconia, and now serving is Annika Herrera, a senior. Long with the set to Brixius, and her spike attempt is handled by Waconia well. Now the spike attempt from the back row by number 9. That was Damon. Now Maisie Jackson finds a nice spike from deep in her own court. Finds the net, got a little bit of a break off the net, and the ball found a soft spot in the Waconia defense. So now another 4-point lead for Waconia. Back to serve. Number 5, Haley Knudsen, a junior. Waconia handles it. Here's the spike attempt by Wolf, and she is in. Wow, big time shot there. Watch that. Is it in? Oh yeah, big time in. That's a big time shot by Wolf. I can see why they keep setting her up. She's their big time weapon. I don't think you'll be seeing her taking any breaks tonight. She's still in the match. Now serving number 4, Sophie Osterberg, the senior. Big spike there by number 2, number 2 for Benilde. That was Beacon, and she does get the point for a 14-10 lead. Now Luong back to serve. So Benilde has led all along since the beginning. Up 4 here, midway through game 1. Luong to serve, jump serve. Nice serve to the back row. There's the set to Wolf, and she drills it. Maisie tried to save with her left hand, but boy, Kaylee Wolf is someone Benilde needs to find an answer to. Look at that form, and that ball was going in. She is really, really going to be hard to defend. Nevertheless, they're still down 3, and now Wolf to serve. Jackson tries to bump, saves it. Jackson saves it. And there's the set, the spike. Jackson again with the bump. Brixius gets it over. Here comes Waconia, the big spike attempt by the left-hander. Waconia now, another big spike attempt. Jackson saves it, Luong with the set to Brixius, and her spike goes in. What an amazing sequence for Benilde. That was big time. Watch this, Luong. And there's the spike right where it needs to be. After many back and forth, that was a big time hit. What poise Benilde showed there. Okay, now back to serve with a 4-point lead at 15-11 is Brixius, number 9. Her serve is over. She does not do the jump serve. Waconia, and they're gonna have to settle. Chance for Benilde. Here's the set. Spike by Brooks, saved by Waconia. Now they come back with a spike. Nice bump there by number 5, Hewlettson. And Maisie Jackson delivers a huge bomb from the left side with the right hand. Waconia was there, but there was just too much power on that for them to handle. Look at that. Great volleyball action. Diving, both teams wanting this bad. Back to serve once again. Alexis Brixius. Gets it to the back row, great serve. Waconia's on defense, they're gonna have to save it. There's Maisie Jackson, Luong. Nice dunk there by number 2, Erin Beacon, the senior with all that experience. Gives Benilde a 6-point lead, and now a timeout taken by Waconia. And what a run there by Benilde-St. Margaret's on the service hand of Alexis Brixius. And here is Waconia's upcoming schedule. As you can see, they have gotten off to a great start. They started almost a week ago on the 25th, 5 days ago. They beat Blaine, big school, 3-0. Then they beat Mayor Lutheran, which is out where they kind of exist. And now tonight, Benilde. Then they go on to Burnsville, Shakopee, Eden Prairie. That's their conference out there. I think that's the South, if I'm not mistaken, the suburban South. That must be the conference that Waconia is in. So nice match up here. Benilde only having one match coming into tonight, beating Washburn just last night, but off to a great start here, but getting a great test from Waconia. And they've got to worry about Callie Wolf. She is very dangerous, along with number 7, Kaylee Notch, and number 14, Emma Carver. They're their big weapons on Waconia. If Benilde can find an answer for them and execute well on offense, they should have no trouble tonight. Off to a 6-point lead here. They are now 8 points from winning game 1, and Brixius back to serve again. She is on a roll. All right, Waconia's gonna have a chance. Big spike, and that does work. Number 9, I think, got that spike. No, number 7, as I was mentioning, that's Notch, the senior. So coming out of the timeout, taken by Katie Keel, the head coach. Nice job by her. Does stem the tide. So 12-17, Waconia serving. Here comes Luong, the big spike by Beacon. The block attempt doesn't work for Waconia, and another point, and now service back to Benilde. And back to serve is Erin Beacon, who just won that point or finished it off. And she will waste no time. Here she comes. And oh, she might look a little tired there. Ball didn't get over the net, so that's unfortunate for Benilde. They give away a point, but they still have a 6-point lead, and they only need 6 more to go, so it's a long uphill battle here for Waconia game 1. Now back to serve for them, number 3, Jada Lenz. All right, just waiting for a substitution now in the match. Number 13 for Waconia, Sarah Braylon, a senior mid-hitter. I don't know how tall she is, but she looks tall. Big hit there, Patience Williams. Big time hit there. Look at this. She was in her wheelhouse. Look at that. Big time hit by Patience, coming through in a big time now. Biggest lead of the night for Benilde in game 1. We wait the substitution. Now in for Benilde, number 30, Sophie Dobos to serve. Out comes Allie Brooks, who started the match. Dobos trying to close it out here, gets that serve in. Here's the set. Spike attempt by number 2, that is Herrera. Now Maisie Jackson's spike attempt is blocked nicely by number 9 and number 13 for Waconia. That's Damon and Braylon right there at the net. So point and side out for Waconia. Back to serve for them is Ellie Damon, who was at that block attempt on Maisie Jackson's spike. So some communications going on between the referees and the head coach for Waconia. And back to serve once again is Ellie Damon. And Patience Williams finds Painter for the 2nd time in a row. Number 11 is starting to assert herself. Look at that form, and holy smokes. That is an awesome shot. So now that is a new wrinkle in the offensive attack for Benilde. Patience Williams now starting to assert herself. And now back to serve number 3, Maisie Jackson. Up 6. And another stoppage over by the scorer's table, but it looks like we're ready to go. There's the whistle, and here's Jackson's serve. Jump serve, gets it over. Bumped by Damon, and mishit by Waconia. Now Benilde, 4 points from the game 1 victory. Jackson, the senior, trying to close this out right here. Jump serve, it's over. Bumped there by Damon, and the set. Wolf has to just play defense there, so a chance for Benilde to Brixius, and her spike goes long, out of bounds. So that gives a point to Waconia. 21-15. Still an uphill battle for the Wildcats. Number 2 back to serve. That's Annika Herrera. Luong. Maisie Jackson's spike attempt goes long. So now another point for Waconia. And they are now within 5. Herrera to serve. And hits the net. Boy, got away with one there. That's like in tennis where you gotta look when you hit the net, let cord. And now timeout by Benilde-St. Margaret's, and actually not a bad time to take a timeout. Excellent opportunity to take a timeout by Mr. Long, the head coach. They were cruising along here, but now they've let Waconia sort of back into this match. And they had a lot of momentum going there, so good for him to take that timeout. Most of the time when you take a timeout, it works well. So they're just 4 points from victory, still an uphill battle. If you want to see our broadcast, you can like us on Facebook, as we see on their screen there. All right, as we come out of the timeout, Benilde still talking. They took the timeout. Waconia, not a lot to talk about. If you're the coach for them, Katie Keogh, you're like, keep it going. Nothing for me to say. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Benilde now took the whole 60 seconds, so Mr. Leong, Fong Long had a lot of things to say to his team. They do not want to let this game slip away. So Patience Williams is at the right hitter spot. Leong, the setter, in the middle. So they're all set. Nice set spike there. Now there's the spike by Brixius, and it comes through. The timeout worked. 22 points now for Benilde. And back to serve is number 5, Haley Hewitson, the junior, 3 points from victory. Jump serve. Nice serve, deep row. Here comes the set. The spike, well done. Number 13, Sarah Braylon, the senior, got a nice, look at the set here. Beautifully done by number 3, Jada Lenz. Put it in the perfect position. Giving the point and the service rights to Waconia's number 4, Sophie Osterberg, and her serve is hit by Maisie Jackson. Nice save by Waconia. Here comes Wolf. Big block at the net. Nice save. And the ball goes awry. The block at the net caused that point to go to Benilde. Right here. Watch that block. Big time. And Waconia was on defense in disarray. Ball falls. 2 points from victory. Now Leong back to serve. Jump serve. Back row and out of bounds. Waconia is number 12. We don't have her name, unfortunately, in the program here. Oh, actually, we do. Nope, we don't. That's for Benilde. Sorry. All right, game point. Sarah Leong, jump serve, handled in the back row. Here's the set. Wolf with the spike, and it finds the in part of the court. So Waconia not going away. Nice set there by number 4, Osterberg to Wolf, and look at that. Wow, some great shots here going from both sides. Now Wolf back to serve. Jump serve, handled, not very well in the back row. So Waconia still hanging around here. They're within 4 of taking over the lead, or tying it. But game point once again for Benilde. Long with the set, Maisie Jackson, and she gets the luck of the net, and the point and the win. Game 1 goes to Benilde on Maisie Jackson's spike attempt, and that gives game 1 to Benilde. Come back for game number 2.
If I say heads up, what does that mean to you? It means be aware, be alert. Be prepared to prevent something bad from happening, like a concussion. Most concussions are preventable if you make the effort. Wear a helmet when you bike, wear a seatbelt when you're in the car, and always be aware and be safe. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. You want to prevent a concussion? It's time to be heads up.
You're Good evening and welcome back to a ParkTV 16 Sports on location production. We are here at Benilde-St. Margaret's and about to bring you game 2 of this non-conference volleyball match between the Waconia Wildcats out of the Metro South and the Benilde-St. Margaret's out of Metro West. Both teams undefeated in this very young season. Wildcats are 2-0. Benilde 1-0, and Benilde took game 1. They got off to a very strong start and maintained the lead throughout. But the Wildcats showed some resilience and made a game of it, and I expect this to be an even more competitive match here in game 2. So Waconia in the dark blue on our left, Benilde on white, and back to serve to start game 2, Sarah Long. She gets it in, and here's a spike attempt by Notch, and she gets point number 1 and wins the serve. So I think Waconia started to find their confidence midway through game 1. It wasn't enough to overtake Benilde, but I think Benilde is going to have their work cut out here for game 2 if they want to exercise dominance on the Wildcats tonight. Wolf to serve, Long with the set to Brixius. Wolf answers the set. Long, Brixius again with a spike, and she finds Pater right in the middle, and Benilde ties the score early on here. Look at that form, beautiful set. I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it, the set makes a spike. The ball has to be where it needs to be. All right, Brixius back to serve. And a lot of pace. Waconia in trouble. Wolf gets it over. Here comes Benilde Long with the set to Beacon, and it works 2-1. Waconia was on the defensive, and Benilde made him pay, and what started it was the serve by Brixius. She got it deep with a lot of pace, and the back row couldn't handle it. So here's Brixius to serve again and gets it over the net. Here comes the set, and a point to Benilde. There was a net violation by Waconia. And now Brixius to go for the 4th consecutive point. Nice, good start here for Benilde. Hits the net. And Damon tried to get her hand out there, but that ball was so flat that it was very difficult for anybody in the back row to field that one. So now it's 4-1, and Brixius to go for her 5th consecutive point here in game 2. And that she goes deep, and wisely Waconia lets it go. And now they have their 2nd point, and they will now be serving substitution now. Notch out, back in for them, number 2, Herrera. And back to serve is number 12, and we still don't have a name for her. So she serves, bump, Long with another bump, Maisie Jackson with a beautiful spike. And what an angle she took from the right side. Look at this angle, bang. And she caught it on as she was coming down from her jump, which allowed her to make that even a harder angle along the net, and Waconia was on their heels and couldn't handle it. Beautiful job there by Maisie Jackson. All right, here comes Waconia. Wolf gets it over. Luong with the set, and now Benilde playing defense. Here comes Waconia. Now Waconia playing defense. They got to get it over, and yes, they do. Waconia has a chance here. Big spike, block attempt. Now no good by Benilde. Point goes to Waconia, 5-3. Great sequence there. Number 14 for Waconia, Emma Carver, getting the point. And now back to serve for Waconia is Jada Lenz, the junior. And Brixius dove for that. Not quite enough in time. But they, yeah, okay. Yeah, 5-4 now. Waconia just down 1. They have never led tonight. Brixius, nice save there. Long to Maisie Jackson. Her spike is blocked successfully. Now Brixius from the back row. Her spike is caught by Wolf. Now the set. Big spike attempt by number 2. Herrera, and it works right there. Look at that. The block for Benilde just wasn't up there soon enough. Oh no, they did get the point. So that must have meant that Waconia was in the net. So 6-4 is the score. Benilde to serve, and that is number 30, Dubose. Dubose with the set, and another set by Jackson, and look at Wolf's response. What a beautiful bump. And now another net violation by Waconia, so they're having a hard time controlling their bodies around the net. Cannot touch the net. They were in that point, but for that violation. So now a 3-point lead, Dobos to serve. Herrera with the bump. Now the defensive play, chance for Benilde. And Luong gets it to Patience Williams, and her spike works out. Waconia unable to handle it. That's 3 in a row now for Williams. Boy, is she dangerous. And what a great set. A blind set by Luong there. To Patience Williams. Now Dobos to serve again. 8-4, 4-point lead. There's the set. And the block by Williams, and Luong works out. 9-4. Benilde has opened up a 5-point lead here in game 2. Just when I thought Waconia was going to get back into this, Benilde really showing their dominance now here. Dobos to serve once again. And that ball just gets over the net. Boy, I'm not an expert on the volleyball rules, but that hardly seems fair that you can basically hit a bad serve and it climbs over the net. In tennis, that's a let serve, but you can't win on that unless it's during a rally. Okay, Wolf, diving save. Great serve by Dobos, but Waconia does get that win, and now they bring it to 10-5, and they get the right to serve. And that is number 9, Ellie Daman. Here's the set by Luong. Patience Williams, 4th point in a row. Good things happen when you put beautiful sets to Williams. Luong to Williams is a great combination. They've connected twice here in game 2. They connected several times in game 1. Now back to serve senior Maisie Jackson. Jump serve. Gets it over deep and out. So nice decision making there by the back rows for Waconia, number 9, Daman. Saw that it was going long, let it go. So they're still hanging in there, just down 5, and to serve. Annika Herrera gets it over. Luong to Brixius, blocked at the net, saved by Maisie Jackson. And the dig set serve. I don't know what you want to call that, just the fake set. And found that soft spot right there in the middle of the zone. Really smart play by Sarah Luong. Now back to serve, number 5, Haley Hewitson. Save, Wolf saves it, now it's over. There's the bump, Brixius, front row, Luong gets it deep. Nice job by Luong. Here comes Waconia. Notch has to save it. Chance for Benilde. Luong, big serve. Not quite good enough save. Oh, and not quite enough. So Waconia gets that point. Benilde unable to get something together there, but overall, they still have a 5-point lead, playing very, very well. So Coach Long out talking to his daughter there, giving her instructions. She's coming over, whispers something to number 2, Erin Beacon. So let's see what happens as a result of that conversation. Now back to serve, number 4, Sophie Ossenberg for Waconia. There's Brixius and Maisie Jackson, the big spike from the middle second row. And there's Beacon. Right at the net, took advantage of that wayward set. So Waconia, nice save, but couldn't control it and really put it right up there for Benilde to put it away. And now a 6-point lead, the largest in game 2, and back to serve Sarah Luong with the jump serve. Gets it to the second row. There's the set to number 9, that's Daman. Benilde handles it. Now Wolf, big save by Luong. Brooks, and unfortunate they couldn't handle it, but boy, the power that Wolf brought actually caused that to happen for them. And now she'll serve. Down 5. Jump serve handled by number 5. Hewlettson gets it over. Here comes Waconia. The set to number 14. That's Carver. Now the serve. No, the spike attempt by Brixius. Blocked at the net by Carver for Waconia. And now they're within 4. Midway here through game 2. Served by Wolf. Hewlettson. Long to Beacon. Wolf now for Waconia. The set to number 9. Dahmen. Now number 4, bump. Osterberg to Dahmen, and it's in. Wow, we have to look at the replay. It probably was in. I wasn't able to see it with my own eyes. Let's look at the replay. That ball, yeah, oh boy, let's see. Yeah, I think it did catch the line. So now Waconia within 3. Wolf with the jump serve to the back row. Hewlettson to Brixius with the bump. Maisie Jackson from the back row. Wolf now. Oh, a bad set there. Chance here for Benilde. There's the set, but no, not well enough. Saved by 12. The set to number 14, Carver. Finds Pater. Now, Waconia within 2. Wow, what great action here. Timeout now taken by Benilde. Coach Long doesn't like what he's seeing. They had a 6-point lead there, and Waconia has been on a run. And before it gets too out of hand, smart timeout decision by Coach Long for Benilde. And they have their hands full here with Waconia. They've led throughout. They led throughout all of game 1. They've led throughout game 2, but this is as close as Waconia has come midway through either game 1 or this one to be within 2. So they are a dangerous team. They have some talent over there. So Long talking to his players. Both teams now breaking with 10 seconds to go in the 1 minute, 60-second timeout. And when we come back, Waconia still serving, down 2. Arguably the best player for Waconia back there to serve. Callie Wolf, the junior, trying to continue to close the gap here with the jump serve. Gets to the back row. Hewlettson to Wong. Maisie Jackson! Big time play there, right out of the timeout to stop the momentum. Look at this, and that's not an easy spike. She is halfway back. Look at the height she gets. The set was beautiful. Stops the momentum of Waconia. Now up 3. Brixius serves, back row. Waconia has to dink it, and they found the soft spot. Too bad they didn't see that coming. Anticipation, just a little bit more by Benilde would save that, because there's no way she was going to be able to spike it, so want to recognize it. Number 12 to serve. Nice serve there. Really nice serve. Trouble for Benilde. That was all about the serve there. So now Waconia within 1. They have never led all night long, but now a chance to tie since the beginning of each game. Number 12 to serve, and she does a flat serve. Jackson, Luong with the set, back to Jackson, and she delivers. Just when things were looking dire, Maisie Jackson shows up. Hewlettson now out, number 5, back in. Patience Williams in the front row. The back to serve now is Beacon. Up 2. 10 points to game 2 victory, and her serve really not handled well there by Annika Herrera. Maybe a lack of concentration. Didn't look all that difficult. But Beacon now back to serve, up 3 now. 9 to go for the game win in game 2. Flat foot serve, Wolf, trouble with it. So nice job there for Benilde. Aaron Beacon, the senior, going for point number 3 consecutively. Nice serve there. Wolf with the bump. Now the set. blocked at the net by Jackson and Williams. And they've opened up a 5-point lead, and timeout now, this time by the Waconia Wildcats. And again, both coaches are coaching very well, taking the timeouts at the appropriate times, and every time they take the timeout, it does pay dividends. So this time, Benilde was on a run, getting up to a 5-point lead. They only need 7 to go. And for Waconia to get the win, they would need to reel off another 7 plus 5, 12. So again, an uphill battle for the Wildcats. Benilde looking very good here right now in game 2. They come out of the break on the front line. Patience Williams, number 11, Maisie Jackson, and number 33, Allie Brooks. That is a formidable front row. And back to serve again, Aaron Beacon. Nice serve, trouble, and the dig. Chance for Benilde. Maisie Jackson finds Pater. What a beautiful shot. Kind of back on her heels and cross court, splits the defense, finds the inbox there in the corner. Stepping up big time under pressure. Beacon to serve again. 19 to 13. Oh, and she gets a break. Oh, nope, violation on Benilde. So point goes to Waconia. Substitutions now. Beacon takes his seat for Benilde. Hewlettson, number 5, back in to play the back row. And now to serve for Waconia on the left side of your screen, number 3. For the Wildcats, that's, of course, Jada Lenz. She gets it in. Brixius. And Maisie Jackson delivers a huge spike. The block by Waconia cannot block it. Watch the power here. Pure sheer power won that point. Big time Maisie Jackson, and now Benilde 5 points from victory as Brooks takes the seat and gives way to number 30, Sophie Dobos, who's now serving. Set now, and the dink. And trouble for Benilde. That was a bad set. Nothing Luong could do with that. So point and side out to Waconia, down 5. But they've got to, they're really behind the 8 ball here. Now to serve, number 9 for the Wildcats. That was Damon. And now Maisie Jackson does the dig. Saved there nicely by number 3, Hewlettson. Now Luong to Jackson with the big serve off the I-beam, still in play. Well done by Waconia, but out of bounds. Credit that all to Maisie Jackson on the unbelievable power of that spike. Led to that point. Now Benilde, 4 points from victory, and Jackson back to serve. Number 3, jump serve right here. Gets it over to the back row to 12. Lenz, nice set there. Saved by Hewlettson. Now Brixius. Jackson from the back row. Here comes Waconia. They missed that spike attempt. Chance for Benilde. And Luong saw out of the corner of her eye the whole wide open space there. Watch this brilliance. And it is brilliant. Look at that. She saw it out of the corner of her eye, the peripheral vision. And now Benilde is just 3 away from game 2 and a commanding lead in this match. Maisie Jackson with the jump serve. Lenz to Wolf, and now, yeah, you can't stop that. Unfortunately for Waconia, they're not getting enough of those opportunities. But Callie Wolf is really a great player for Waconia. And now to serve, number 2, Anna Carrera. Luong to Brixius, saved by Wolf. Lenz back to Wolf, and she took a little bit off of it and got a 2nd point there for Waconia in a row because of Wolf. Still an uphill battle for Waconia though. They need 8 points to victory, and Benilde only needs 3. There's the serve. Jackson to Luong to Patience Williams. She's blocked to the net. Well done. Was that Wolf number 10 that got that block, or Notch number 7? Great play by Waconia. They are not going away easily here. And timeout taken by Benilde. Coach Long not going to take any chances. Wants to talk it over. And why not? They do not want to let this game too that is in the clutch of their hands. 3 away, and Waconia not going away easily. Still an uphill battle for the Wildcats here. They've got to outscore them 7-2 in order to win. So still a tall order for the Wildcats, but not impossible. And that's why Coach Leung for the Red Knights is taking a timeout. Just wants to get their minds right here, settle them down, keep their confidence up, and close this game out and move on to game 3. So, okay, coming out of the timeout, you can always tell which team is doing better by who comes out of the timeout soonest. All right, back to serve, on a roll. Number 2 for Waconia, Annika Herrera, the senior, trying to close the gap more. There's the bump. Now the set to Leung. Chance here for Waconia. And now they're on the defensive. Chance for Benilde. To Terrence Williams. She does this dink. Doesn't work. Spike attempt. And point goes to Waconia. Now they're within 3. They need 6 to win. Benilde needs 3. And, oh, mental error there by Annika Herrera. And not only does it give the serve back to Benilde, it gives them a point. And now Benilde is just 2 points from victory of game 2. Serving there is number 5, Hewlett-Sen. And Wolf tried to dink it. And the big spike by Luong. On the desperation save by Waconia. There was Luong right there. Bang. Hello. Thank you. Game point for Benilde. Back to serve. Haley Hewlett-Sen. Jump serve. Gets it in there nicely. And Wolf tries to dink it. Chance for Benilde. Luong to Brixius. Blocked. Saved by Hewlett-Sen. Luong back to Brixius. And she dinks it. Saved by Jaden Lenz. Number 12 to Wolf. Jackson. And she couldn't quite control it well enough. Set it up for number 7 Notch for Waconia. And she records the 20th point for the Wildcats. And so it is not over. Here in game 2, substitution into serve, off the bench, Sophie Osterberg, the senior. 5 points, 6 points from victory if she can reel off 6 in a row. Dobos, Hewlett-Sen, Brixius from deep. Nice save by 12. Here comes Wolf. Big serve, big spike I should say. Jackson, the give and go. Nice save by Dama. 12 gets it over. Hewlett-Sen to Luong. To Brixius, saved by 9, Daman for Waconia. And the nice took something off of it, number 14, Carver for Waconia. Draws them within 3 of a tie, 5 from the win. Back to serve, Osterberg. Game 2 here on the line. Luong to Maisie Jackson, took something off of it. Wolf, look out. Tried to save it and out of bounds. And Waconia now draws within 2 of a tie. Luong now out on the court, the coach. Settling his team down, serving still. Osterberg, Jackson to Luong, and the dink by Deacon. And going deep by Luong. She tried a strategy there. She thought she could sneak it deep. And just a little long, and now still, what is it, the 7th match point turned away by Waconia. Look out, goes deep, trouble, gotta go over here. Oh, hits the I-beam, and now we're tied. And you gotta win by 2, I believe, in volleyball. Waconia has come back from an impossible deficit. Sophie Osterberg to take the lead for the first time all night for Waconia. And a violation. Brixius hit the stand. And now we have game point for Waconia. Unbelievable. Whistle. Osterberg to serve for the win. Jackson to Luong. Beacon does the dig. Saved by Waconia. Still alive. Confusion on the court. The coach Luong off the bench claiming there's a violation. The back judge with the flag coming up to the referee. Let's see what happened here. Luong comes off the bench. He thinks there's a violation, but they kept playing on. Now there's a discussion. Point, Benilde. Now let's look at the coach for Waconia. Is she upset? Doesn't look like it. I apologize. I wish I knew the rules better. I'm not sure what that was about. Although Wolf is coming over, she's a captain, talking to the referee right in our 4 screen there. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. If the ball hit the floor, or if a player hit the stand. Wolf now looking for clarification. She got the explanation. Now she's going to tell the coach. Coach is okay with it. All right, so now we're tied here in this pivotal game 2. Sarah Long back to serve. Game tied. Got to win by 2. Jump serve. Amon to Wolf, and she delivers. And no, it did not hit a Benilde hand. It hit the net. Luong off the bench. He knows how important this game is. They do not want to let Waconia in this thing. They are a dangerous team. Now, match point, like the 9th one, but this time on the service game. Luong looking for the soft part of the defense. Wolf, she got a perfect set. You know, Benilde did not do enough with that serve. They were a little tentative and they paid the price. So now we're even at 26s. And back to serve is Wolf for Waconia. Big time action here at Benilde-St. Margaret's. Now there's issue with the floor. Mopping it up out there is number 12. The nameless number 12. We don't know her name, but she is a very good player for the Wildcats. Kehoe, the coach for Waconia, out off her bench. Here comes Kylie Wolf trying to get an edge, and it goes in. Mental error there by Benilde. Another way to say it. Hewlettson and Jackson let it fall between them. Lack of communication. And now match point for the Wildcats. What an incredible comeback if they pull it off. Wolf, Hewlettson. Brixius tried to do the dink. There's the spike, saved. It's got to go over. Jackson, nicely done. Back row to Wolf. And the spike attempt, a weak one. Luong to Brixius from midway the back row. And Benilde ties it up. Wow. Unbelievable excitement here. Brixius back to serve. Tied at 27, game 2. Back row, 12. And the spike by Notch goes wide left. Match point like number 10 for Benilde here. They were cruising with a 6-point lead with 2 points to go, and they've let Waconia back in it, but now match point once again. Brixius to serve. There's the spike attempt, and pay dirt for number 14, Emma Carver, the senior right hitter. Ties it up for Waconia. And now number 12, back to serve for the Wildcats. From the deep left corner there. Flat serve handled by Hewlettson. Maisie Jackson! You could see that coming a mile away. What a great bump set right here by Huang. How important is Sarah Huang? Just setting up her teammates left and right. Now Beacon back to serve. Game point once again, like number 11. Goes deep. Wolf. There's the dink. Chance for Benilde to win it. There's the bump. And it goes through. number 33, Allie Brooks, does just enough with that set to score the point. And game 2 goes to Benilde. Come back for the exciting game 3.
Introducing a breakthrough in time management technology. A whole new day of the week. It's called Someday. Ingenious. Perhaps someday you were going to go skydiving. Enter a hot dog eating contest. Maybe ride a mechanical bull. Now, it's on the calendar. You may want to retire someday. Ready for that? You'll really want this. A My Social Security account at socialsecurity.gov. You can estimate your future benefits, plan for your retirement, and how to save for it. If you already receive benefits, you can manage them online. Millions of people already have a My Social Security account. In fact, someone opens one about every 6 seconds. Get yours today, because someday is here at socialsecurity.gov.
Welcome back to St. Louis Park and Benilde-St. Margaret's, where we are bringing you a great high school varsity volleyball match between the Red Knights of Benilde-St. Margaret's and the visiting Wildcats of Waconia in this non-conference matchup. Both teams undefeated, albeit Benilde only has one game under their belt prior to tonight, and Waconia is 2-0 coming in, but what great volleyball action. I don't care if you like volleyball or not, this is great sports action. In game 2, Benilde had their way with them until right at the very end. It went to overtime, and it's going to be a very exciting game 3. It's going to be interesting to see if Waconia, if their spirits are down after coming back from a huge deficit, only to lose in game 2 in overtime. But they start out here, and that is number 4. Osterberg to start out for Waconia. And there's Brixius, and that spike attempt works out very well as number 12 for Waconia can't handle it. And once again, Benilde, they have really never given up the lead through games 1 and 2. They were tied very late in game 2, but they have dominated, and they're off to a 1-0 lead. And Sarah Luong, MVP probably of the team, just by her ability to set all her talented teammates up, and her serve is good enough, and that is a violation on Waconia, and now a 2-0 lead. Wouldn't surprise me if Benilde just steamrolls them here in game 3. I think that game 2 had to take a lot out of Waconia. They played so well only to lose, and we'll see if they can still come back and be resilient. But they're going to need some breaks earlier, otherwise I think their morale is going to go way down. So there's a good opportunity there with a technical violation on Benilde. So that gives a point to Waconia, and they're only down 1 here early. And their superstar player, Wolf, to serve. There's Luong, the set to Beacon. Wolf dives, saves it. Lentz, nice dunk. Luong saves it, and nice job there by the dink shot by number 9, Ellie Dahman, for Waconia. Scores the point and evens the score here in game 3 at 2. So Waconia off to their best start all night. There's a great serve, unable to be handled in the back row by number 5, Hewlettson for Benilde. So now the first lead of the night in any game. 3-2 for Waconia. Wolf to serve. Deep serve handled by Jackson, and Jackson takes the give and go. And Wolf, what a great save by her. Diving save now by Luong to Brixius, and her spike is blocked. Now Jackson from the back row spikes it. Saved by Lentz. Now Lentz again. Now a chance for Benilde. To Luong to Beacon. Blocked at the net by Notch for Waconia, and now a 2-point lead for Waconia. There it is. So, you know, the trend is that Benilde has won games 1 and 2, but Waconia has sort of been slowly getting better, and this is a huge game. If Waconia gets this one, this match could go 5 easily. And now they're up 5-2. They got beat in game 1. They nearly should have won game 2, and now they have a 3-point lead here, and they are slowly getting better as the night goes on. Beacon now to Brixius, and there's a violation across the line. Now 6-2 to Waconia. Benilde needs to find something here, maybe a quick timeout here. Another point scored by Waconia should be in order. Brixius now. And she answers, and that's what a good team does. They didn't panic, and now let's see if they can take advantage of here of a momentum shift. Long off the bench now, barking instructions to his player there, number 5 Hewlett, as Brixius now serves. Deep to Wolf. Lentz. Notch with the spike. Hewlett's in. And nice job there, number 33 for Benilde. Brooks, her spike attempt blocked, but out of bounds now. They cut the lead to 2. Brixius, deep serve to Wolf. Lentz now, number 4. Notch, weak spike. Brixius now has to go over. Brooks gets it over deep to number 12 for Waconia. Number 4, Lentz to Kaman. Saved by Luong. Hewlettson to Brixius. And her spike attempt from way back deep. Always difficult. Came off her hand. A little bit awry there. So point to Waconia. And now their biggest lead of the night here in game 3, 7-4. And the mysterious number 12 for Waconia back to serve from the near right corner. Flat, nice flat serve. They're difficult. It's got to go over Hewlettson. Yeah, number 12, her serves. Sometimes when you don't jump, you can make it really flat. And when it's flat, and now timeout by Coach Leong, and a well-needed timeout here. They're just down 4. They showed a little resilience with Brixius the play before last, but then they lost that last point, and now is a good time to talk it over, try to cool off the Wildcats here. Benilde wants to get out of here with a 3-game sweep. If Waconia gets this next game, I would say all bets are off for who's going to win this match. So Benilde really needs to assert themselves, I believe, and try to knock them out here in game 3. Otherwise, it could be trouble going further. Because Waconia, I'm sensing they're just starting to get more and more confidence. And that can be a dangerous thing for the Red Knights. So, okay, out of the timeout. Waconia breaks first. They're doing well. Benilde comes out now. See if a little time off there. Take a deep breath. Down 4. Number 12 to serve on our right. Another flat serve, and she scores. So not a good response immediately out of the timeout. And number 12, I've played volleyball. If you keep your feet flat, you can just bring it just like that and get a really flat effect, and that's tough to handle in the back row. This time they do it well. Maisie Jackson. Waconia handles it, and Carver, number 14, delivers the spike with the left hand. And now a 6-point lead for the Wildcats here in game 3. Benilde reeling here a little bit. Still a lot of game left, though. Another serve into the net. That's the danger when you serve like that, is sooner or later you're going to hit the net. So now a point to Benilde. They're down 5, and the senior, experienced Erin Beacom back to serve. She has her own flat serve. Goes deep, out of bounds. Mental error there by Benilde. Now she'll leave, and she'll give way to Hewlettson, and that ball just went a little, I don't know. When I saw it live with my own eyes, I thought it was indeed long. On the replay, it may have caught the red line there. Nevertheless, Waconia has the serve. And they got the point up by 6. Maisie Jackson, though, gets a perfect set. Again from Sarah Luong. Nice and high. Far enough off the net. Just gave her all kinds of room. Watch this. Bang. I can't tell you how big those sets are. Huge. All right, back to serve. Number 30. Sophie Dobos gets it over. Waconia in trouble. Chance for Benilde. There's Luong, the set to Jackson, and she delivers the spike. Sarah Luong again with the assist. Big time spike there, but even a bigger time set by Sarah Luong. She is having a great match tonight, and she and her teammates have brought Benilde to within 4 here. Going for the sweep, now back to serve. Number 30, the junior Sophie Dobos. Flat serve, deep, Wolf. Spike attempt by Kaman. Loyong to McKenzie. Dive and a whistle, point 2. Oh, we have an equipment violation. The out of bounds, I don't know what you call those. You can see, yeah, the pole, is that what you call it? The foul pole, I guess, like baseball. But Coach Leung is fixing it, so I don't know. The score's staying the same. I guess they call a do-over. I thought Benilde won that point before the pole came down. But it looks like they're gonna do a do-over. Okay, so, yep, 11-7. Benilde down 4, served by Dobos. There's the set. Oh, miscommunication. Chance Leung to McKenzie. It's a Maisie Jackson, I should say. And the pole, foul pole comes down again, so we're having an equipment problem over there. The coach trying to fix it. After all, it's pretty much his net. This is their home court. I think we could just use some duct tape, maybe. Paul, do we have some duct tape in the truck we can borrow? Now they're bringing out a new foul pole. Okay, so maybe it's not about the harness, but the actual pole itself, or something about the pole that allows it to stay in there. Not quite sure how they use, whether they have Velcro or... Yeah, how are they going to keep that thing up there? I mean, it doesn't seem the pole is the problem. Just need to keep the pole vertical. So it's 12-7. Both teams huddling on either side of the net. Just talking about strategy. Also, you know, we're in game 3. It's still, even though it's cooler outside, there's still a lot of heat in these gymnasiums from the hot heat and humidity we've had in the area here for the last month. Both teams playing hard, but both teams get to take a breather. So, all right, looks like we have the foul pole equipment problem fixed, and to serve is number 9, Common for the Wildcats. Jackson dinks it over. Here comes a chance for Wolf. Her big spike attempt stopped there by Dobos. Now Brixius to the back row. Common with the bump. Lentz to Wolf. Saved by Hewletson. Beautifully to Luong. To Jackson. And it works out very well. What a great sequence. Beautiful volleyball there. Look at Luong to Jackson waiting in the wings. Delivers. Really high-level volleyball by both teams here. Okay, now Jackson back to serve, down by 4. Jump serve, and what a great serve. Handcuffed. Waconia's number 9, Ellie Dahmen. Now Benilde, who's led through all of games 1 and 2, now find themselves down here in game 3. Maisie Jackson trying to mount a comeback here. There is the set to Wolf. What are you gonna do? Perfect set by Jada Lynn's number 3. Wolf, plenty of room. to just bring all of her power into that without hitting the net. Beautiful set, leads to a point as it always does. Okay, now back to serve in the match now. Number 15, Lauren Van Sloun for the first time. And now she came in just for that serve, and she went long with it. She'll now take a seat. Number 12 comes back in, and now Benilde now within 3. Back to serve, number 5, Haley Hewletson. Gets it to the back row. Lentz to number 13 with the spike. Hewletson saves it. Huang to Brexius. Little off center for her. She tried to maneuver her body to get it. And the best they could probably do under those circumstances didn't work out. So now Benilde down 4. No reason to panic just yet. Lots of game left. However, the Wildcats are now 11 games from winning game 3 and forcing a game 4. Hewletson dives. She looked like she was a little bit asleep at the wheel there, or at the switch. So Benilde needs to clock in here concentration-wise. Easy to let it kind of slide here, thinking you're up 2-0, you won game 2, but the Wildcats, they show no sign of giving up here, even despite the horrendous loss. Big spike there by Maisie Jackson, number 3. The captain, the senior, delivers from deep in their own court and now stops the momentum. But you know, Benilde, they're fighting an uphill battle. They really need to reel off a set of 4 in a row here to at least tie, and maybe Sarah Lowen can do it with a jump serve. Back row. Notch, saved by Jackson. Luong to Brixius, and her ball. The block attempt by Notch by Waconia. Not successful. Benilde now back within 3 here. Hewletson gets it back to Leung. Sarah Leung, just a junior. Jump spike, back row, number 12 to number 4. Lentz to Wolf, and oh, they're gonna save it. Yes, they get it over. And what a save. Nope, off the thing. Wow. What resilience, Benilde. They were totally out of that point. Miraculously just got it over the net. Waconia may have relaxed ever so slightly and then couldn't handle it. Long to serve again to cut the lead to 1. Lentz to Wolf, and blocked at the net. Goes awry for Benilde, and now the point goes to Waconia. 3-point lead. Callie Wolf, the junior, back to serve. Hewletson with the bump, the set. Brixius. Wolf handles it after being deflected. Now, Carver with that spike attempt, and now the spike attempt by Benilde off the mark. They had their chance. The spike attempt went wide left. Wolf to serve again with a 4-point lead. Skims the net. Luong now to Mackenzie, or to Maisie Jackson. Now, bad set there. Chance for Benilde. Nope, they got to play defense. Notch. Lentz. Trouble for Waconia, and too many hits on their side. So they let that get away from them. Point for Benilde. Back to serve, number 9. Alexis Brixius. Lentz, Notch, the spike attempt. Gets deflected at the front by Beacon, and Hewletson unable to handle the deflection, gives the point and the service to Waconia. Up 4, they're 6 points away from winning game 3. Number 12 to serve, flat serve, and really nice decision by Hewletson and Brixius in the back row to let that go. Mental error that time by the Wildcats, so now the senior Beacon down 3 to serve. Flat serve, handled. Wolf from deep, goes long. They got it to the woman they wanted to. And now Benilde claws back to within 2 at 16-18. Beacon to serve. They have not led since early on in game 3 here. Big spike. Unable to block it is Patience and Brooks. Patience Williams at the net. We haven't heard from her in a while. So it's time for her. I think it's time for the Patience Williams show to try to cut the gap here. But meanwhile, back to serve number 3, Lentz. Long to Maisie Jackson and her spike attempt. Chance Hewletson to Luong, and she's gonna give it back to Jackson, and her shot. Jackson may be looking a little tired there. Luong comes off the bench, whispers something to his daughter there. You can see on the far left side of your screen. So she looks back at the ref. Maisie Jackson ties her shoe, buying a little time there. Things are looking dire now here. Running out of time. If you're Benilde, troubled. Williams unable to save it. Wildcats now 4 points from winning game 3. They've been playing uphill all match long, but they have dominated since early on here in game 3. And timeout now taken by Luong. And he really needs to, because they've got to reel off 9 points to just 4 for the Wildcats, or they're looking at a game 4 and a whole new match here. Not surprising that Waconia is not going away early. Very competitive town. Always have good sports teams. Great sports ethics out west there on Lake Waconia. About 40 minutes west of here. They drove a long way not to just go away, and they've been hanging in there, not showing any signs of defeatism after losing the first 2 games, and the second one kind of in a heartbreaker. They were kind of in the same position that Benilde finds themselves in here in game 3, down by about this margin, and they came back to tie it, and they almost won it. So can Benilde answer and end this and get their 3-game sweep? It's now or never for Benilde. Now back to serve, showing all kinds of confidence, pounding that ball. Jada Lentz gets it to the back row to Brixius. Terrence Williams, what? Oh, they call a violation. Patience Williams, I thought, had the point, but I think she was too close to the net. So now the Wildcats, Lentz serving 3 points from winning game 3. Luong to Maisie Jackson, saved by 12. Wolf now goes deep. A little too much on that. Waconia now, can they keep their nerves and keep their composure to close out game 3 here? That is the question now for the Wildcats. Can they handle the pressure? Because here comes Benilde serving. Dobos, number 30. Wolf. Spike attempt, nicely done. Ellie Dahmen got a great set from number 3. Jada Lentz. And now Waconia, 2 points from winning game 3. Served by Dahmen. Hewletson to Luong. To Maisie Jackson. Just when they needed her. What a perfect set to the left side. Jackson delivers. Is it going to be too little too late here in game 3? Now Jackson back to serve, and she's got to basically run the table here. Jump serve. A little weak in the front row. Here comes the set to Wolf, just what they don't want. Game, that was in. And now game point for the Wildcats, and in to serve. Lauren Van Sloan, the senior, number 15. Dobos to Leung, to Patience Williams, and she does deliver. And staves off defeat here in game 3. And she'll take a seat. Boy, she was quiet all during game 3. Will it be enough? Hewlettson, number 5, back to serve, jump serve. Deep row, and she feeling the adrenaline, I'm sure. Unable to harness that, gives the game away. And so game 3 goes to Waconia. We're at 2-1 in this best of 5. Come on back for game 4.
A life entertaining tourists is no life for a wild animal. Whether taken from the wild or bred in captivity, they are beaten and forced to endure cruel training. Animals need you to stand up for them. Help World Animal Protection stop their abuse and exploitation. Together, we can change the minds of tourists, the travel industry, and governments. Together, we can keep wild animals in the wild where they belong. Wild animals are not entertainers. Stand up for wildlife now. Visit standupforwildlife.org.
Yep, welcome back to Benilde-St. Margaret's campus. We are in their gymnasium, and we are about to begin game 4 of this non-conference volleyball matchup. If you like sports in general, or you like volleyball in particular, this is an action-packed match. Benilde won the first 2 games. The second game, they were pushed to the brink in overtime and held on for the win, but then they let game 3 go away. And now Benilde trying to close it out here, and back to serve Sarah Luong. Game 4 down, they're up 2-1, and now Notch with the spike. Nice save by McKenzie, and there's a net violation. So if you're a Benilde fan, I will say this, Waconia got beat soundly in game 1. They pushed him hard and almost snuck out game 2. They won game 3 handily. And they've seen their confidence start to grow, and Benilde needs to find an answer here. And they find themselves down 2-0 here in game 4. And Kaylee Wolf, K-A-L-I, Kaylee. And there's a spike attempt by Beacon, goes long. And Benilde has lost their touch here. Since late in game 2, they've really been dominated as they got beat handily in game 3, and now 2-0 down here to begin game 4. They've got to dig deep and find some mojo, get back into this match, because there's now the 4th point in a row for Waconia. They've got to start to figure this out. And they just got to do 1 point at a time here. Otherwise, they're going to be looking at a decisive game 5 before they know it. Wolf to go for the 5th consecutive point. And they get it. And the foul pole goes down again. Tell you, they just need duct tape. Isn't that the solution to everything in life? All else fails, duct tape it. It can stop a leaky roof, and it can hold up a volleyball foul pole. There's Coach Leong. Okay, there's like a little notch supposed to rest on the top there. Might have to go into the athletic budget and replace that. Leong looking at the referee. They're shaking it there. Looks pretty steady. What's the word I'm looking for? Stable. Okay. You know, maybe that kind of maybe interrupted the momentum there of the Wildcats. Let's see now. Wolf going for the 6th consecutive point to start game 4. Leong now. And spike attempt by Brixius goes wide left. 6-0 Waconia. And Benilde has gone to sleep. They need something to spark them here. Hewlettson, Leong, and finds the soft spot. Waconia saves it. Chance for Benilde. Leong to Jackson from Second row spike saved by Wolf. Wolf now gets it over. Hewlettson to Long to Brixius. Blocked at the net, out of bounds. Point to Benilde and the service. So they finally break the streak there, but not before number 10, Kaylee Wolf. Reels off 6.6-1 lead here. Now Waconia just off our screen there, wiping down the floor. Still the temperatures are lower in the metropolitan area here, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and St. Louis Park, but still some humidity. These gymnasiums retain heat, so it's still quite warm here. Spike by Notch, finds the corner. 7-1 Wildcats. Notch comes out, in. There's the replay. Benilde looking a little listless right now. They need a spark. Number 12 to serve for the Wildcats. Flat serve hits the net. Hewlettson unable to handle it. 8-1 Wildcats. Just looking at the coach for the Wildcats. She looks very relaxed over there. She's in the 6th seat from the front where the scores table is. And another point for the Wildcats. They are having their way here in game 4. 9-1. Largest lead by either team all night long. 12 to serve. Don't have her name still. And unforced error into the net. Gives the Red Knights their 2nd point. Hewlettson back to serve. Can she spark her teammates? They need to reel off some points here in a hurry. Nice serve. Wolf with the save. Luong to Patience. Hewlettson saves it. 12 now, the set. Blocked at the net by Patience Williams. Now, Williams. Nice reaction there by number 11 for Benilde. Gets their 3rd point, 2nd in a row. She jumped and she jumped again there. The recovery after the initial jump was impressive by number 11, Patience Williams. Great effort there. Now Hewlettson, number 5, back to serve. Jump serve, gets it over, diving. Waconia in trouble, they have to save it. Chance for Benilde. Luanga to Maisie Jackson, and her spike off the mark. Benilde wants to get back in this. They need to get more accurate on those spike attempts. Cannot afford very many unforced errors. Down 7 here as we near the midway point of game 4. Back to serve for Waconia. Number 3, Jada Lentz, the junior. And she, feeling the adrenaline, goes long. 10-4. Now in as a substitution just for the chance to serve is Sophie Dobos. That's been the strategy all night. She comes in for Allie Brooks. Dobos serves. Back row. Lentz to Daman. And blocked at the net for another point for Benilde. So they're starting to show some resilience here, a little bit of life. Dobos back to serve. Loops it to the back row. Lentz, spike attempt there by number 13, Sarah Braylon. And I gotta say, she got away with one. She tried to spike that hard, but it came off soft. She mishit it, and it hit the soft spot of the defense for Benilde and gives the point and the service to her. Now, Maisie Jackson, what a nice bump there by 12. And now she gets it deep, but too deep. It goes long. So Benilde gets that point. Smart by Brixius to let that go at the very last second. Now Maisie Jackson, number 3, to senior to serve. Benilde looking for some more traction. Down 5. Daman to Lentz. The dunk, gets away from Benilde. They were not ready for that dink rather than the spike. And Waconia now opens up a 6-point lead here as they get halfway towards the victory at 12-6. The serve now by 15, Van Sloan. Brixius, nice spike, great set. They just need to execute a little bit better. Patience Williams comes out. In comes Aaron Beacon, number 2, also now into the match for Benilde. Caitlin Fox, the senior, to serve. Haven't seen her all night, so she's fresh off the bench. Obviously, Coach Leong looking for a spark here in Caitlin Fox, and her serve goes deep, nicely done. Now Lentz, and the block at the net does not work out. Number 13 with the spike for Waconia, Sarah Braylon, who's played well now here in game 4. And now exiting is Caitlin Fox and Patience Williams. Also out for Waconia is Jaden Lenz. And in for Waconia is Sophie Osterberg to serve, the senior setter. With a 5-point lead at 13-7. Trying to extend the lead. Jackson with the bump. Leung. Brixius saves it. Chance for Waconia with the set to Wolf. Look out. Hewlettson tries to save it. Goes out of bounds at the near foul pole for Waconia's 14th point and a 7-point lead here in game 4. Osterberg back to serve once again. Gets it deep to Hewlettson. Benilde on the defensive. Jackson tried to spike it from way back. And this time it's a little short into the net. 8-point lead by Waconia, and they are really dominating now. Looking at Kate Leung, he's just sitting back in his chair. I don't think there's anything more he can say. There's a nice dunk there by his daughter, Sarah Leung. And you know what? There really isn't. They're an experienced bunch. They were conference champions last year. And there's a lot of leadership on Benilde's team. It's time for them to take this game over on their own. Leung urging him on, and I think that's a smart move. There's only so much you can say. There's a lot of experience out there. There's Kaman, and now it goes wide. Let your seniors and your experienced players take this game over, Coach. Stay out of it. Very smart there. Very, very smart. So now Sarah Leung down 6 here, midway through. Now's the time to make their move here. Jump serve, Leung. Deep row, come on. There's the set. Nice job by Jackson to Brixius. Spike attempt, trouble for Wolf, gets it over, and she finds the soft spot. Brixius unable to save it. Really smart play by number 10 there, back to serve. Boy, just when Benilde starts to get some momentum, Waconia has something to answer. There's Wolf, Leung, Jackson from the back row, nicely done. Kaman has to play defense, chance for Benilde. Hewlettson to Brooks. 12, and violation on Waconia, point to Benilde, and they draw within 6. Leung off the bench, the coach, just asking for the ball. So Brixius, number 9, back behind the service line, playing right from the middle, and nice serve. 12 handles it well, and the spike by number 4, Osterberg. Now 12. Waconia, Wolf, she'll play defense, gets it to the second row. Leung, the bump, and the spike. A little much from Maisie Jackson. So she has been a little bit off the mark on her spikes. It might be fatigue. They started here at about 7:20, going for an hour and a half. Jackson gets it over nicely to the back row to 12. Osterberg, and the nice spike by 9, unable to be handled by Benilde, and now they find themselves down 8, and now a timeout by Benilde. Game 4 here, Waconia Waconia looking like they're gonna tie it up and force a game 5 unless Benilde can come up with something big here, because they are 15 points from winning this match, but Waconia is only 7 away. And Benilde has shown some resilience, but not a sustained enough resilience to tie this thing up. Question is, can they do it now, or should they save their energy and just gear up for a game 5? But I think we're looking at a 5-setter here. This big rivalry between Waconia and Benilde. They play every year early on. In fact, their football teams are playing tonight in Waconia. Last year, we brought you the Waconia-Benilde football game on a Thursday night. And volleyball was on the road. Now they switched locations. So this is a big rivalry. Every year, Waconia and Benilde get together on multiple levels in different sports. And here, Waconia now trying to close out game 4. And number 12, the unnamed player, gets the 19th point for Waconia. They are now 6 points from winning game 4 and forcing a game 5. Serve, flat serve, handled by Hewlettson. Young to Maisie Jackson. 12 with the bump, the set. Oh, not a great set. Chance here for Benilde. Leung to Jackson, takes something off of it, and she missed the line. So Jackson definitely off her game here on the spikes. Unable to find her shots going in on her spikes. And she needs to find her range here quick. Nice dink there by Deacon. Trouble. Waconia saves it, but wide. 11th point for Benilde. They are 14 points away from winning this. Unfortunately, Waconia is just 5 points away. And we're taking a timeout. You can see the towel wiping the floor. Obviously, the Wildcats concerned about slipperiness. Last minute substitution now as Brixius comes out. And now into the match is number 6, first time in all night, Elena Wagner, the senior, as Hewlettson serves. Wolf, big spike, but the block attempt not successful by Benilde, and that is concerning. Patience Williams at the net, unable to stop that. Now Waconia's number 3 off the bench into serve. Jaden Lenz, the junior. She's been instrumental in Waconia's success later here, and there, miscommunication. And I don't know what's going on with Benilde right now. They have lost their mojo, for lack of a better word. And they just may need to bide their time to game 5 here and just start anew. As Waconia now serving with 3 points from game 4. And yeah, Williams. So they are in disarray. 2 points from game 4 is Waconia. We're gonna go to a game 5. It's almost a given. If I'm Waconia, you let them have it. No point in really wasting energy here. Here comes the spike, and now game point for Waconia. To tie it up at 2 games apiece. Substitutions again. Okay, I guess that was not a point for Waconia. That was a point for Benilde. Must have been a violation at the net. Dobos into serve. Waconia, though, 2 points from game 4. 12. Nice, sharp, deep row, and the set off the mark. Jackson tried to catch up to it. And now it's game point for Waconia as number 9, Ellie Dahman. What a comeback for Waconia if they can even this up right here. And oh my goodness. I don't know, she just relaxed a little too much, thinking that with this kind of lead they're gonna win, and they probably are, but she lost her edge there, so point goes to Benilde. Still a huge uphill battle. Maisie Jackson to serve. Jump serve is out of bounds. point and game 4 to Waconia. They tie the match up at 2, and we're coming back for the decisive game 5.
I'm Sandra Fry. I'm a union bus driver, and I'm also a mom. During 17 years with Greyhound, I've covered over 2 million miles. My job is to safely bring families together. I love the open road, but I never forget that a drowsy or careless driver could be right around the next curve. Drunk driving is the deadliest of all. As a mom and as a bus driver, I have a message for you. If you drink, don't drive.
Back to ParkTV 16 Sports on location. I am Robert Christensen, and we are about to begin game 5 of this best of 5 match between the visiting Waconia Wildcats against the Benilde Red Knights. If you're just joining us, Benilde took a 2-0 lead, and there you can see the scores. The second game was overtime, but Benilde stuck it out, but it's been all Waconia ever since. And now we're game 5 here. Momentum is totally with the visiting Wildcats. And now let's see if Benilde can stop the bleeding and salvage this match in game 5. There's Wolf. Leung, spike attempt, save. Hewlettson gets it over. And that is the break that Benilde needed right off in game 1. Can they build on it? The ball had not been bouncing their way, and they take an early 1-0 lead, but psychologically, that is huge for this team that's been on their back heels for the last hour. And there is Wolf, and that is one reason why. Waconia, she is dangerous, Callie Wolf. And now she's gonna serve, tied at 1. Ever since the end of game 2, it's been all Waconia. There is the tap hit, and oh, she got it off the ground. We can see that replay. What an amazing save there by number 4, but to no avail. Osterberg made a great save, to no avail, but I don't know if we can see that right here. Watch that. Puts her hand on the floor. That is a top 10 highlight. It didn't result in a point, but what a great save. Great camera work there by our cameraman here. All right, now 2-2 is the score. So Benilde starting to show some life here in game 5, and I expected that they would. It's been a hard night. It's humid in this gym, hot. Patience Williams delivers. And Benilde takes a 3-2 lead. This is going to be a war here in game 5. No question about it. Coach Leung off the bench, barking instructions. Now in for Brooks is number 30, Dobos. To serve with a 1-point lead, game 5. The deciding game 5. There's the set for Wolves. Takes something off of it. Dobos' dive couldn't save it. Nice recognition there by Wolf not to bring the full spike. Substituting now, Osterberg comes out. Number 14, Carver comes out, now in to serve. Jada Lenz, tied at 3. Her flat serve gets the back row. Little trouble with it, saved by Brixius. Spike attempt, saved by Hewlettson. And the spike by Benilde results in a point and a 1-point margin here, 4-3 early in game 5. Look at Huang here and the spike by Maisie Jackson, and she needed that. Her last several spike attempts have been off the mark, and she needed that to get her confidence. Wolf now, and there's a spike attempt, well done by number 15, Lauren Van Sloan, and now it's tied at 4. And back to serve number 9, Ellie Dahman. This is going to be back and forth throughout game 5. I'll almost can bet on it. And Patience Williams tries to dink it. Brixius and her spike. It was tipped at the net. Point for Benilde. 5-4. And yeah, Benilde is definitely woken up here, and now these teams are actually very evenly matched. And we're gonna go down to the wire here in game 5. No question about it. Now back to serve, number 28 for Benilde. Caitlin Fox, and a violation on Benilde at the net. So point goes to Waconia, and we're tied at 5. Each team 20 points from victory. Van Sloan back to serve. Her flat serve handled by Hewlettson. Brixius with the bump. Maisie Jackson with the spike. Now to Wolf. She brings the power. Dobos can't handle it. 6-5 lead for Waconia. Van Sloan back to serve. Here's the replay. Look at the power. Nothing Dobos could do about that. At the mercy of Wolf. Now Brixius, Jackson, a miss hit there. Jackson struggling here late in the match. Gives Waconia a 2-point lead. Van Sloan, Hewlettson, Huang to Brixius, and she finds a great shot there. Hopefully that can get her confidence going here. Nice jump and spike there by Brixius. Great follow through. Benilde now only down by 1. Sophomore Huang back to serve. Luong, I should say. Spike attempt into the net by number 13, Sarah Braylon. But there was a net violation, and that point, okay, now the scoreboard is tied at 7, okay. Yeah, point to Benilde, tied at 7. Luong to serve again, jump serve, back row. Lentz, Wolf, what are you gonna do? Perfect set, and I don't know how tall Kali Wolf is, but she's got to at least be 6 foot. She might be 6'2" out there, and so when that set is put as perfectly as Lentz gave it to her, you can put it in the bank. Okay, back to serve. Sophie Osterberg, the senior. Hewlettson with the bump, the set. Beacon with the spike. Waconia in trouble. 12 saves it. Jackson with the bump. Long with the set. Spike blocked successfully by Waconia. What? Now they give the point to Benilde. I don't know what's going on. There's a fan up in arms. I'm not sure what the call was. But that point went to Benilde for some explained reason, so it's tied at 8. I wish I knew more about volleyball to tell you, but I might not be the only one that's in the dark. Several fans were wondering what that was, but nevertheless, Brixius to serve, goes deep, out of bounds, so maybe poetic justice. I've got to study up on volleyball so I can be a little bit better of a commentator, educator here, but I can tell you that it's 8-9 Waconia. Hewlettson, spiked by Maisie Jackson, and now she found her range there. Let's see if she can find it again. They're gonna need her to play better here in game 5 if they wanna win, and that was a really nice shot by her to tie it up. 9-9. Service now by Hewlettson, number 5 for Benilde, bumped by Wolf, out of bounds. Great service there by Hewlettson. Haley Hewlettson, the junior, number 5, gives Benilde their lead for the first time in a long time. They have not led since winning game 2. And now we're approaching midway game 5. Hewlettson to serve. The set to Notch, blocked by Patience Williams. Waconia saves it. Wolf now from the back row, finds the soft spot. Boy, not only does she have power, she has great instincts at the net. Finds the soft spot, ties it up at 10. If you love great sports, excitement, Stay tuned. This is volleyball at its most exciting. Big spike, saved by Wolf. Awesome volleyball, and number 14 misses on the soft shot. Carver giving the point to Benilde. As they now substitute Dobos in for Brooks, and that means Dobos, number 30, you can see her there on the side, will come in to serve, leading by 1. 14 points from the match and the win in game 5. Dobos to serve. Benilde having a lead for the first time in a long time. Wolf saves it. Chance here for Benilde. Wong, that's who they want to give it to. Jackson with the delivery, but she's now long and misses the mark, allowing Waconia to tie it up at 11. Jackson, her last couple spike attempts resulted in points. That one, she got a little over exuberant and it went long. She's got to learn to rein that in just a little bit. Neither team can afford unforced errors, and that's what that was. Dive by Dobos. Hewletson gets it over. Wolf, the bump, the set, the spike, and the block back by Waconia. What action there. It was a block, and then it looked like a block back. And timeout now by Benilde. Coach Luong is not going to let it go then, more than just 1 point deficit. Can't get down 4 or 5 at this stage of the game and try to rally the troops. So it's really, really smart timeout there by Coach Luong, I'd say. Just know her the reason to just slow the momentum. And I would say from my observations, more often than not, that timeout does result in a positive outcome on the next sequence. Coming out of the timeout, usually the team that's playing well comes out first. And once again, Waconia breaks huddle first. Now comes Benilde, still 17 seconds left in the 1 minute timeout. Ball now given to Lentz there on the left side. She's ready to serve. Jada Lentz. Served very well all night long. 13 points from the game and the match. On the road, Waconia trying to keep their 2-0 unbeaten streak alive, but Jackson delivers a huge spike. On the mark this time. She's starting to find her range. Ties it up at 12, and now she'll serve. Benilde looking deep here, trying to find something left in the tank. They look dead in game 4. But finding some new life here in game 5, and now Waconia wiping down the floor again. I'm not sure what the issue is there is. I don't know if it's real or perceived. You don't see Benilde wiping it down, so I don't know if it's a psychological ploy. We'll see. Jackson gets it just over the net. Big spike attempt, out of bounds, not touched by Benilde. Van Sloan. First spike attempt out of bounds. So point, and now timeout. Taken by Waconia, now down 1. Another smart timeout here. So both coaches playing it very, very tight. Not wanting any team to get too much momentum. You could see earlier they wouldn't call a timeout till they were down 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. But now both coaches employing the same strategy. Midway through the 5th game here, when they're down 1 point, they give up 2 in a row, timeout immediately. Each team with 2 timeouts left. That's something to keep an eye on. Strategy-wise for both teams. So, okay, Benilde coming out of the timeout last. Waconia waiting for them. Benilde, Maisie Jackson, the senior, starting to wake up here in game 5, ready to serve. 12 points from the game and the match. Jump serve, gets it in, back row. Defensive by Waconia. Chance for Benilde, need a good set. Not handled well in the back row by Dobos. Oh, that's right. My producer, Paul Broden, just informed me that in game 5 we only played at 15. So we are down to the quick here, tied at 13. Thank you, Paul. There's the set to Brixius, and it doesn't get over the net. And now we are at match point. Timeout taken by Benilde. And that's really why they were taking timeouts. We're getting close to the end of game 5. My fault. They only played a 15 in game 5. Approaching 9:30. This match has gone on for over 2 hours. If you're just joining us, Benilde got off to a 2-0 lead. They won handily game 1, held on in overtime. In game 2, as Waconia started to assert themselves, and then it's been all Waconia ever since the end of game 2. They won games 3 and 4, and now they find themselves, after being down 2-0, at match point. Benilde now out of the timeout first. Back to serve to go 3-0 to give Benilde their first loss. Number 9, Ellie Dahmen to serve. Gets it in. Hewlettson with the bump. Long with the spike. Jackson with the spike. That was the set to her. Lentz defensively. Chance for Benilde. Hewlettson with the bump. Long with the set. Brixius with the spike. It goes long. Or did they call that in? I thought it went long. But it's tied. That can, Paul, let's see. Yeah, caught the line. That ball had some torque on it. Wow, man, oh man. Brixius just catches the line. Now, Caitlin Fox serves, tied at 14. Got to win by 2. Wolf with the spike. Fox with a nice bump. Luong with a bump set. And Brixius catches the line in. Unbelievable, Brixius. The last 2 spikes. Watch this, catching the line to take a 1-point lead. Look at that. Big time shot in the clutch. Big time shot there by Brixius. Last 2 spikes for the last 2 points have caught the line. For number 9, Alexis Brixius, the junior outside hitter. Now Benilde finds themselves at match point. Now they come out of the timeout. 23 seconds to go in the 1-minute timeout. The scoreboard shows both teams with 2 timeouts left, but I can't believe that's accurate now. Now, Caitlin Fox off the bench. Hasn't played all match until game 5, but coming in here with some key service. Trying to win it right here. Flat serve, back row. Dahmen. Wolf, the person that did not want to get it to. Ties it up at 15, and now we're in overtime in game 5. Substitution now, Fox coming out, Patience Williams coming in. Or now, no, she was coming out too. So, all right, to serve, Van Sloan. Hewlettson, bump, Long to Jackson from the middle row. Trouble for Waconia. Wolf has to play defense. Chance for Benilde, and the soft spot found by Sarah Luong. Unbelievable. Who dabbed the coach off the bench. Shaking his fist in the air, and we're now, again, match point. Now it's Sarah Luong trying to end it here. This marathon match, game 5. Jump serve, gets it in. Bump, set, not to Wolf again. This time Jackson tried to save it. Still alive, Hewlettson gets it to the back row. Number 12, now to Wolf again. Big, blocked at the net, out of bounds. Point to Waconia, we're tied at 16. Haley Wolf, another big spike to keep Waconia in it. Unbelievable. Now into serve number 4. Sophie Otterberg. Hewlettson. Luong. Amazing Jackson into the net. Match point for the Wildcats. In the serve now again, Sophie Otterberg. No coach taking timeout. And it goes long. A mental unforced error. Oh my goodness. Alexis Brixius tied at 17. The junior to serve. Gets to the back row, number 12. No, not her again. Blocked at the net by Benilde. Now Waconia on the defense. Chance for Benilde. Luong to Jackson. Blocked by 12. There's the set. Now Wolf has to dink it. Jackson saves it. Luong. Brixius now. Back row 12. Here's the set. This time blocked and in for Waconia. The block unsuccessful at the net. Unbelievable action. And now Callie Wolf. Match point for Waconia. Hewlett's in trouble and it's out. Waconia has done it. Down 2-0. They come back and they win in overtime. Game 5. 19-17. What a match this was in this non-conference rivalry, and it is a rivalry even though they're not conferences. But there's your final score: Benilde 25-20, 30-28, and then they lose the last 3 in overtime, 19-17. And a lot of Waconia fans here cheering in the background, but they take it 5 games to 3. They go to 3-0. Benilde goes to 1-1. I'm Robert Christensen for Paul Broden, our producer, and all our great cameramen here at ParkTV 16 Sports. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again.